Outlaw Baseball is live on the radio at KNYN and online at mylocalradio.com. It's another season of Wyoming AA Legion Baseball. Follow the American Legion Post 41 Evanston Outlaws throughout the summer months as we bring you live video and play-by-play coverage. Today's broadcast is being brought to you in part by Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, mylocalradio.com, Best Western Dunmore Inn and Legal Tender Restaurant, West Star Printing, Rocky Mountain Sign, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Seavers Jewelers, Ellingford Brothers, Bear River Dental, The Lumberyard, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Mountain West Business Solutions, Plains Tire, Landmark Plumbing and Heating, Joe's Modern Cleaners, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Uinta County School District No. 1, T-Bar S Body Shop, Dr. McKay Frankham DDS, Evanston Regional Hospital, Flex Fitness, Kazines, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Superior Rental, and the Gun Room. With first pitch quickly approaching, let's head to the booth.
Welcome back to Cedar City for day number 2 of this SummerSlam tournament, the penultimate week of the closing regular season for the Evanston Outlaws for 2019. Stays just 2 weeks away, and not even quite that, as it begins in the next Wednesday after this coming one this week. So we're about a week and a half away from the start of the state tournament at Gillette here in Cedar City, Utah, on a hot day. The sun beating down, just a few clouds wisping through the air, but not much break, not even too much of a breeze to speak of, as the Evanston Outlaws are set to take on the first of 2 opponents in a back-to-back doubleheader here. After losing yesterday to Canyon View, they take on Fremont out of Ogden, Plain City, Utah, to be specific. When we come back, we will set up looking back at yesterday's game, take a look at the lineups and this contest today here on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
It's important to feel like you belong. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we understand the value of connection. When you become a member, you join our family. You become an owner of a not-for-profit financial organization, and your success becomes our success. We give back to our members by offering lower loan rates, fewer fees, higher yields, and more products and services. Become a member of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today, and let's work together to reach your financial goals. We're a caring partner here for you. Member NCUA.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
Put on a show, so if you need a demonstration, I apologize if I kept you waiting. Have to make a statement. You know what's in my jeans, I'm always stating.
Welcome back to Cedar City, Utah, where the Evanston Outlaws are breaking the huddle right now, getting set to go out for the opening pitch of the contest in about 4 minutes from now. Getting a score from the game before, Canyon View is 2-0 on the tournament for pool number 2 after defeating North Sevier 15-4. The final on the Impact Physical Therapy Board, Cedar City, the location, and Canyon View on the north side of Cedar City, where we are playing these contests, defeated Evanston 9-6 on the back of a 7-run fourth inning, where the Outlaws were leading 5-2. They exited down 9-5, scored just 1 run the rest of the way, and Canyon View is 2-0 on the tournament. Now, the reason that's important is because there are pool play going on all today, and then tomorrow that sets up a final semifinals consolation brackets for getting into the championship. Right now, the leader in the clubhouse for pool number 2 is clearly Canyon View, 2-0. Evanston sits 0-1. North Sevier 0-1. Fremont playing their first contest of the day. They've got a few more to go, and they will wait to see what we have out of them. And actually, let me double check with that, make sure they didn't play at a different field yesterday. But you get a final on that one if they did, because we have not been able to get final scores from other fields as we're playing in Parowan, across town and all that, but we do know, luckily, at least for the most part, that these Pool 2 games are pretty much happening here at Canyon View High School. So Evanston needs a win to try and stay pace with Canyon View. It's going to be tough with one more win. Canyon View will go undefeated through pool play and be the on question number 1 going into tomorrow's semifinal. Depending on how you finish in Pool 2, 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the seeding depends on will determine where you play tomorrow. So we'll get into that a little bit more as the Outlaws are taking the field and looking to get play going a couple of minutes ahead of time, perhaps. We got kicked off the air, kicked off as I was about ready to go on the air. We had some overheating of the internet, the computers, and all that. And like I said, it's a hot one here, so we had to get those cooled down. I think we've got just enough shade to keep those going, and hopefully enough shade for all these players, and maybe a little bit of a breeze could pick up and help things out. We won't take another break as it looks like we are about ready for the start of play here at Canyon View High School. Evanston is the home team in this contest. White jerseys, you got the short sleeve, the cutoff white jerseys with the blue numerals, and under them the undershirts, dark blue for the sleeves, white pants, and no stirrups today, save for a couple of the players on the Outlaws that wear them all the time, like Seth Lloyd and Jagger Mitchell. Jagger Mitchell on the mound for the Evanston Outlaws, and we are underway with the first pitch of the contest. Leading off is Mason Mehmet, third baseman for Fremont. Second pitch, swung on, hit out into right field. Gaps in between Perriman and Chris Perriman. He'll hold up for a single as it doesn't quite get to the wall. A one-hop throw into second base. 2 pitches and a man on already for Fremont. Fremont coming out of Plain City, Utah, is taking a look at the different travel distances for teams in Pool 2 because usually coming out of Evanston, you always have we traveled farther than anyone else. And in fact, maybe Evanston at the end of the day did, at least in the pool, but it's a lot closer than it may be when you go back to the high school season and think about how teams are traveling. First pitch to the number 2 man up is Drake Grange. Takes a ball high. Braden Clark due up third. He plays center field for Fremont. Wyatt Howell in the cleanup spot. Jack Arevalo is the pitcher and batting 5th. And on the second pitch, Drake Grange is hit. And there's man on first and second base. Jackson Larkin is in the 6th spot, and 7, 8, 9 for Fremont is Carter Smith, Jackson Taylor, and Tig Doby. Doby the catcher. Batting number 9 for Fremont. Out in the field for the Evanston Outlaws with Jagger Mitchell on the mound pitching. That means Reed Gross behind the plate catching. At third base, Jordan Schneider. Shortstop is Seth Lloyd. Second base, Brendan Thompson. And at first, it is Gus Allred. First pitch of ball to Braden Clark with men on first and second base. Again, the Outlaws trying to save some face in day 2 of pool play. They have a game here against Fremont, followed by a North Sevier contest at 3 right here at Canyon View High School. Second pitch up high, and it's a 2-0 count to Clark. In the outfield for the Evanston Outlaws, Ryan Fisher's in left field. In center field, it's Chris Perriman and Casey Perriman in right. 2-0 count with no outs to Braden Clark. 2 men on. And Mitchell into the set position. Here's the pitch. Fouled up. Creeping up into the 90s here at just after noon. It's 12:31, so first pitch coming in maybe a minute early or 2, 12:28, I think the official first pitch time. There is a 2-hour time limit on these contests. No new inning may begin after that 2-hour time limit has been reached. Look back to second and the throw home. Counts evened up on another foul ball, 2-2. Evanston ran into that time limit yesterday. The game only went 6 complete. The Outlaws were down by 3 runs going into the 6th inning, and they made it to the 6th by 3 minutes. An hour and 57 minutes went by. Ball hit into short and over the gap at short. 1 run coming around to score easily, and no throw made. It's just to the cutoff, Seth Lloyd. An RBI single by Braden Clark. It brings up Wyatt Howell. Big right-handed cleanup hitter. Where's number 13, Fremont, with dark blue jerseys, white numerals, stark white numerals and pants. Blue stripes down the side of the pants and stirrup socks, a combination of blue being the main color, white in the middle with silver, gray stripes around them. A white stripe going across the back, shoulder blade to shoulder blade, with a F for Fremont in a diamond on the back side of the jersey. Sans serif numerals on the front, and a strike called. 0-2 count. Man on first and second, still no outs, and a run already in for Fremont. Here's the pitch, outside. 1-2 to Wyatt Howell. Jack Arevalo, who around the state and everywhere apparently gets mispronounced as Aravello. The pitch gets past Gross, bounces to his left, runner breaking for third, and Gross eats it. No throw. Both runners advance onto second and third base. Counts at 2-2. The pitch from Mitchell again in the dirt, blocked by Gross. Full count with an open first base, no outs. And Howell with a hitter's pitch upcoming. Here it is in the zone. Popped up though. Has some distance out to dead center. Perriman backing up, making the grab. Works as a sacrifice as the runner in Grange comes home to touch. Standing up 2-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. No advance from second to third. One out has been tallied. That's the good news for the Outlaws. The bad is they already find themselves down a 2-0 hole. As we mentioned, Fremont not playing on this field yet. North Sevier losing to Canyon View earlier in the 10 o'clock game. That one was a 10-run final, 15-4. Canyon View beating Evanston yesterday, 9-6 the final. Delivery to Arevalo is below the zone and ball one. The pitch from Mitchell up high, goes up the stairs, and an offer by Arevalo. 1-1 count. Taking a look around, no, in fact, this is Fremont's first game, so as suspected. Hit opposite field into right. Casey Perriman makes the grab. Runner tagging from second on to third. 2 outs, a runner on third base, and a 2-run lead for Fremont. Top of the first inning here at North Canyon High School in Cedar City, Utah. North Sevier and Fremont will play their final game of the pool play at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow here in Cedar City at a place called Veterans Park. In all, there's 4 parks being used at Cedar High, Canyon View, Veterans Park, and Parowan City Field. The championship will be played at City Field. That at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow, scheduled for the championship match. Strike one called, followed up by a ball to Jackson Larkin, batting in the number 6 spot with a man in scoring position 90 feet away from home, but 2 outs in the inning. Jagger Mitchell trying to save face here in the top of the first. Hit out to second. Running in, no chance to bridge the gap between second base and center field. Drops in for a bloop single and an RBI. And it's 3-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Jackson Larkin with the 3rd run driven in of the inning. Brings up Carter Smith. Smith wears number 9, right-handed hitter. Other games happening in pool play today. Evanston will take on North Sevier at 2:30 p.m. right here, and then Canyon View. First pitch, swing and a miss, will finish off their 3 games in pool play against Fremont, that being Fremont's second game at 5:30 p.m. Mitchell off the stretch, breaking ball, drops for a strike. 0-2 with 2 outs, man on first. Practice swings being taken by Carter Smith. Misses for a ball. The sun about straight up in the sky, beating down everywhere you look. Inside pitch, fouled up high. Stays just in play, but no chance. No, actually just out to the right of us. Either way, out of reach of anyone to go get it. Good lead at first base. Mitchell with 2 strikes against the batter, probably worries about home base. He does, goes home with a breaking ball, and it's fouled out. First 3 men to come to the plate scored. Mehmet, Grange, and Clark. Big swing and another foul. No play ruled as a balk called against Jagger Mitchell puts the base runner from first base to second. So don't count it as a foul, don't count it as a ball, it's nothing. Never happened, but the runner's at second. 90 feet closer, still 2 bases away from touching home with 2 outs, takes a bigger lead at second than he did even at first. Mitchell comes home, inside, and it's 2-2. Evened up count for Jagger Mitchell. Fastball, punch out, and the inning is over. 3 come around to score for Fremont in the top half of the first inning. See what Evanston can do to respond. We'll have starting lineups for both sides on the defense and offense as we switch things around next. Here and live from Cedar City, Utah, this is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
The steel fabrication shop at Ellingford Brothers is available for large and small projects alike. We work with individuals, the public is always welcome, and contractors. We design and build one-of-a-kind projects, plus we fabricate loose parts and heavy equipment, and customize Ford and Dodge pickup truck front bumpers, plus equipment including hitches, trailers, and more. Serving customers since 1936, Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. Call today, 307-789-1515.
Never had a love about you. Confuse all the people walking as you go. Yeah. First time everyone.
Top half of the inning gone by and 3 runs have scored for Fremont, the Evanston Outlaws. Another team that wears blue, black, and white coming to the bat for the first time today. Ryan Fisher leads things off for the Evanston Outlaws. He's playing in left field today. Reed Cross behind the plate catching is batting second. Jagger Mitchell on the mound is in the 3 spot, and Seth Lloyd at shortstop batting 4th. 5th is Casey Perriman, moving up a couple of spots from his usual position. The first pitch up high and in the zone, deep out to left field. Backing up on it, Jackson Taylor makes a grab, and the first out has already been recorded. On the mound today for Fremont, Jack Arevalo. And there is a DH, as one of the guys in the order that we mentioned is not out in the field. But it's Cade Hancock out in right field who's being DH'd for today. We'll get back to that when we finish the Outlaws lineup. As we said, Seth Lloyd batting 4th, Casey Perriman 5th, and playing in right field. Reed Gross batting 2nd, gets the first pitch and pops it up to shortstop, and quickly there's 2 outs. So maybe we'll get a chance to even give the Outlaws batting order before this inning is over. Jagger Mitchell coming up to the plate. After Perriman in 6th, it's Brendan Thompson batting 6th today, getting a spot up from his usual 7, as Gus Allred at first base drops down a few positions with a late struggles. Jordan Schneider getting the start at third base today, batting 8th, and in 9 at center field, Chris Perriman. The pitch from Arevalo, first one taken finally by Jagger Mitchell, so we do just barely get through the Outlaws lineup. Jack Arevalo on the mound today, catching is Ty Doby for Fremont. And here's the second pitch of the at-bat with 2 outs. Outside for a ball, 2-0 count to Mitchell. Jackson Larkin is at second base. At first base, it's Wyatt Howell. At shortstop, Derek Grange, and third base is Mason Mehmet. A swing, check swing, and held up, so 3-0 count. On the appeal down to first, Mitchell is up. Drake Grange at short, Mason Mehmet at third base. Strike called, and it's 3-1. Jackson Taylor in left field, Braden Clark in center, and Cade Hancock in right field. The pitch on 3-1, weak dribbler to short. It's a long way and a bare hand attempt to throw. Not in time. Yes, it is by, whoa, a quarter of an inch of a step. And the runners go down 1, 2, 3. A fly out, a pop out, and a 6-3 put out. Just by a hair. Chad Thompson at first base, upset, not liking the call. But a great bare hand play nonetheless, regardless of how it worked out. Drake Grange makes the play and the grab by Wyatt Howell. 1, 2, 3, go the Outlaws onto the top of the second next on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
For over 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we are able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses in all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Please call us today and let's see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925.
We each have 168 hours in every week. When you exercise 2 to 3 hours a week, everything about your life gets better. I know this from personal experience. This is Ben Carden, owner of Flex Fitness Gym in Evanston. 2 to 3 hours of exercise per week will help you feel better, you will have more energy and confidence, your clothes will fit better, and the list goes on. Set yourself up for success. Visit Flex Fitness today and let us help you achieve a more healthy lifestyle. Flex Fitness, 100 Yellow Creek Road, right next to Smith's in Evanston.
To 0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard as 8-9-1 is due up for Fremont out of Plain City, Utah first. Inning goes 3-0 their way. Outlaws retired 1-2-3 on just 7 pitches, 5 of which came by the at-bat of the man on the mound, giving up 3 runs already, Jagger Mitchell. Righty-on-righty matchup and an inside corner strike on a breaking ball thrown by Mitchell to start things off. Conversely, Mitchell had to throw 28 pitches in the top of the first. All 3 runs were earned. Second pitch goes down in the dirt on a changeup and nearly got the offering, but Taylor held up just in time. The 1-1 pitch goes outside, and it's 2-1. Outlaws did not have a problem hitting the baseball yesterday. In fact, they got 14 hits in all in that contest. Pretty good day offensively, but they left too many men stranded. Left on base, 11 men. Canyon View, conversely, still left on 7, which is quite a bit, but got 9 to come around. Hard hit ball into the left center gap. No one in the neighborhood, so it's 1, and 1 hop is all to the left center wall. A double to lead things off by Jackson Taylor. And the route may be on for Fremont. Number 9 man's a pretty big guy in his own right. Ty Doby, the catcher. Where's number 29? Again, those blue jerseys for Evanston. It's white for Evanston, blue for Fremont. Both have the same colors, even down to that shade of blue just about. And both have some stirrup socks. Brendan Thompson, Seth Lloyd, and Jagger Mitchell always wear those stirrups, and Gus Allred wearing them as well as Casey Perriman out into the outfield. Hit up the gut, and to Thompson. Takes a turn over to first base, makes the throw. 4-3 put out, holds the runner at second. So a man gone, and the runner stays at second. Lineup turns over to Mason Mehmet, who scored after getting on with a lead-off single to begin the game. Scored around on the single by Clark. Braden Clark due up in the hole at the moment. 1 gone, man on scoring position on second base for Fremont. Mitchell looks back to second base. Reed sets up the pitch outside. As we said, the Evanston Outlaws had 14 hits in yesterday's contest as opposed to just 7 hits for Canyon View. It wasn't an air-filled game as another ball goes to Mehmet. Just one error by either side. It was walks. That really got the best of the Outlaws pitching staff. In all, they walked 8 men and hit 2 more. Pitch outside, and it's 3-0 to Mehmet with an open base and 1 out. Outlaws got just 4 walks given to them. Mason Ecker with the win yesterday for Canyon View. Strike called on 3-0 count. And he did so, giving up 12 hits and 5 runs, 4 of which were earned in the process. That was through 4 complete innings. Here's the 3-1. Hit out to right center, opposite way. Chris Perriman on the run, makes the grab. 2 outs, and the tag up from second to third. So a runner on third, but 2 outs. The Outlaws giving up a leadoff double, working through it well so far. Have to get through Drake Grange next, though. Grange reached by way of a hit by pitch. Got hit on the second one, thrown by Jagger Mitchell in the at-bat. Chris Perriman handled the loss yesterday for Evanston despite just throwing 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 4 runs, 3 of which were earned. Inherited a few base runners from Ethan Buse. Strike called to Grange, and it's 0-1. Mitchell setting up on the mound, full windup delivery. Breaking ball drops in the zone, hit into foul territory, no staying fair, and dropping in front of Casey Perriman to score the run. No one got there, kind of in no man's land between first and right field. Brendan Thompson made a play at it as well, but nobody could get there. 4-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Ball was deceiving in the air by my eye, looked foul, but stayed close to that foul line on the right side, just to the left of it in fair territory. Brings up Braden Clark. 1 man on first base after the run scores on another bloop single. Stretch pitch, high and inside for a ball. Mitchell taking his time. Now back into the set position. The pitch in the zone and fouled out of play. Allred runs over and gives it a tertiary look before retreating back to his base. Jagger Mitchell on the season. It's been a rough start to this game, but on the year he ranks 3rd on the team in total innings pitched as of this game with 41 1/3 thrown. Misses high for a ball. It's 2-1. Mitchell threw those 41 1/3 innings, giving up a 4.403 ERA. That's 39 runs, 26 earned. 58 hits given up, 27 walks, and 18 strikeouts. He's also hit 10 men. Tied for the lead in hit batsmen with Seth Lloyd at 10 apiece. And between Lloyd and Mitchell, they've hit 20 of the 51 total batters hit for the Outlaws on the year. Mitchell's ERA sitting right about the team average of 4.99. Just a tick below 5 even for the Outlaws. And at Legion Baseball, a 5 ERA should get you through. Throwing down to second on a steal attempt. Loops out of the glove of Brendan Thompson. And that allows on the E4 the advance onto third base. Thompson down looking at his glove after that one. Dropped it out of his hand and slowly walking back to position. Throw not in time, but the scoop in and out of the glove of Thompson and the shoot down towards first base allowed the runner to advance onto third. Full count, 2 outs. Clark at the bat, takes a walk. Wyatt Howell up for a second time in as many innings. 6-pitch walk delivered to Clark. Outlaws went down just as fast as they came up. The first 2 batters came down on 2 consecutive pitches. They were retired on a flyout and a pop-out. Mitchell retired on 5 pitches. First pitch, runner coming home after a ball gets past Mitchell. Throw down, low past Jagger. All the way down to third base goes the runner at first. Make it 5-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board, second inning. A leadoff double had things working for the Outlaws, for Fremont in the second inning, but back-to-back outs advanced the runner onto third with 2 gone. And it looked like maybe the Outlaws would be able to work their way out of this one. Not so, as that runner scored and another one has come around, and the air's starting to pile up. Outlaws giving up 5 runs in 2 innings, and really just 1 2/3. Umpires having a conference right now just to the left of the pitcher's mound from our vantage point. Here in Cedar City, Utah, just a shade away from the Mojave Desert. The one saving grace on this hot day is that we're sitting at about 5,800 feet. There's a conference between a home plate umpire and Jason Mitchell happening in front of us. And I don't think we'll be able to hear what they're saying. But perhaps a interference sort of appeal being made by Evanston would be my guess. Maybe that the batter didn't get out of the way and allow a throwing lane for Jagger to catch the ball from Reed Gross going down to his knees to retrieve it after it bounced past the glove of Gross at catcher. As it stands now, 2 outs, 5 runs, and a man on third base with Howell at the bat. As the conference continues, Howell goes down to his third base coach and manager, Garrett Clark, to get a little instruction as he goes back to the bat. Nothing doing after all that talk, and we're back to where we were. 5-0, man on third, 2 outs, and Howell with a 1-0 count. Mitchell shakes his shoulders and delivers a great pitch that gets swing and miss action away from Howell. The pitch on 1-1, hammered out to center field. Perriman on the horse and right to the fence. 2-hop to the dead center wall at the batter's eye. Run scores, make it 6-0, and Howell on to second. The ball's flying here in these hot temperatures and pretty dry and great altitude as well. We've seen a lot of balls exit the bat and think, oh, that's going to be maybe a shallow center field, and that one goes out to deep center field. Maybe it'll be a mid-center fielder, a mid-left field yesterday. I thought that's a good hit ball, but kept carrying and ended up going over the wall. That was the home run for Canyon View yesterday by Mike Meacham. First pitch out to left center. Scores the runner in Howell. Again, a 2-hopper to the wall. On his way to second, Jack Arevalo, the pitcher, helping out his own cause. It's 7-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. Look down to the first base dugout of the Outlaws and wonder if that may be it for Jagger Mitchell. No sign as of yet. Everyone behind the yellow, letting him play with 2 outs. It's been clear, though, that you consider the temperature. The ball flies in these summer heat days, and you add that as much is made about the Colorado Rockies Stadium of Coors Field. Here at Canyon View, we are sitting about 600 feet above the highest point, and that being the third deck of Coors Field. Pop up to second base. Brendan Thompson tries the over-the-shoulder catch, can't make it. It's an E4, and another run scores. 8-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. Arevalo comes around to score on the Jackson Larkin bloop. That goes for an E4. Carter Smith to the bat. Not even a half hour into this game. Top of the second inning. 12:56 the time on the clock. Like we were saying, Coors Field listed as the Mile High Stadium, and the seats at Coors Field, where you actually get to 5,280 feet. First pitch is low for a ball to Carter Smith, the DH. Those are lined out throughout the stadium, and you actually start getting into those, if it's a yellow line or whatever line, the color it is, maybe it's purple. You have to get up into the third deck of seats for that. So the field is playing decidedly 100 or so feet below Mile High. And Canyon View, maybe on the lower side of elevation in Cedar City, but the official elevation listed at about 5,800 feet. And temperatures at 91, 92 degrees. And a dry day. This ball is flying all over the place. 3-0 count to Carter Smith. And add into that equation, these are high school kids playing with aluminum bats. You don't have to hit with the wood. Adds to that exit velocity. And also adds a forgiving nature. So if a ball hit just off the barrel, still can have that true shot out. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch home to the DH. Sees it, likes it, pops it up to center field. Perriman running in and making the grab. The inning finally ends. 5 runs come around to score for the Fremont Wolves in inning number 2. Evanston down 8-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
The Steel Fabrication Shop at Ellingford Brothers is available for large and small projects alike. We work with individuals, the public is always welcome, and contractors. We design and build one-of-a-kind projects, plus we fabricate loose parts and heavy equipment, and customize Ford and Dodge pickup truck front bumpers, plus equipment, including hitches, trailers, and more. Serving customers since 1936, Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. Call today, 307-789-1515.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Self-control. My desperation's overload.
Welcome back to Cedar City, Utah, where we are in the bottom of the second inning. And already I think we may have a pitching change. On the mound for the first inning was Jack Arevalo, but we've gone from a righty to a lefty. Let me take a look down the roster for that. It is Cade Hancock, who was being DH'd for in right field. He's moved to the pitching position. So Cade Hancock takes over just 1 inning for Jack Arevalo. Not enough to register a potential win in the start. In a 7-inning contest, you'd need to go at least 4, I would say. Well, 5 and 4, yeah, between 3.5 and 4. It becomes a little bit of a guessing game of exactly how you want to measure them in 7-inning contests, because everything in baseball has always been measured off a 9 and even down to an ERA. An ERA at the Legion level is not a true ERA because that's runs per 9 innings pitched, as opposed to in Legion it would be runs per 7. So what you see is actually a true inflated ERA, but for the sake of knowing numbers to numbers to numbers at all lines of baseball, we stick at 9 innings being the baseline, whether you're playing 5, 7, or 9 per game. Seth Lloyd leads off as Hancock, a left-handed pitcher, to the left-handed hitting Lloyd. Lloyd red hot as of late, and no Outlaw has been hitting better throughout the season, or particularly in the last 5 games. Lloyd had a double and a single in yesterday's contest, and is 9 of his last 15, good for a 600 average in his last 21 plate appearances. Sees this one, hits out to left center, ball continuing to carry, and carries out to deep center field, but Braden Clark has the air under it to make the catch. Couple pitches, and Hancock has his first retired. As we mentioned, Hancock was playing in right field, but was being DH'd for on the roster, and that's because this tournament is being played under Utah high school rules, which allow any player to be DH'd for. Gus Allred at the plate. In a bit of a slump as of late when you look at the larger sample size, but more recently he's picked it up a little bit. 6 of his last 18, including yesterday's game, a .333 adjusted average through the last 21 plate appearances for him. Count at 1-1 as Allred takes it. Hancock sets up. Allred pops it up high towards short. Running in and making the grab for a second out. Drake Grange with the play. 2 gone, and the number 6 man, Brendan Thompson, comes to the plate. 8-0 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. So as we mentioned, in Utah High School, you can DH any player. 1 through 9 on the lineup card. Catcher, first base, second base, doesn't matter. Evanston plays under American Legion rules. Thompson fouls it off, which is by extension, it's basically a major league rule book with a few amendments to it that fit to the high school age range Legion baseball rules. But in all cases of what's the rule here, you default in American Legion baseball to the Major League Baseball rule book, which says you can only DH for a pitcher. Pop up into foul territory, and the catch made by Howell. 1, 2, 3. The Outlaws go down in order and in quick fashion once again. 3 runs in the first inning for Fremont, 5 in the second. On to the top of the third next with an 8-0 score tally on the board. Brought to you by Impact Physical Therapy. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you hit the bullseye playing darts, it's a great thing. When a rock hits your windshield and creates a bullseye, it's a bad thing. A small bullseye in your windshield can grow into a monster crack that covers the whole window. T-Bar Body Shop in Evanston fixes rock chips. If the rock chip in your windshield has already grown into a giant crack, T-Bar Body Shop can fix that too. When it comes to window repair or replacement, make sure you always hit the bullseye. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call us today, 789-2639.
The first school in Evanston opened in 1870 with 8 students. Since the very beginning, excellence in education has been the goal. Dedicated teachers and staff, board members, and community members have focused on student learning. The Uintah County School District No. 1 has graduated many young men and women who have gone on to be successful, productive citizens, parents, and leaders around the world. Our heritage continues today. Uintah County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Top of the third inning. Goes 1, 2, 3 for the Outlaws in the bottom of the second. And now Fremont back up to see if they can improve on a second inning where they got 5 to come around. Not all of those earned. Jack Arevalo leads off. He got the first duty of taking the mound for Fremont. Went just 1 inning. 0-1 count as Gus Allred replaced Jagger Mitchell on the mound. Reed Gross stays behind to catch. Jagger Mitchell at second base. Keeps Schneider at third. Brendan Thompson moves from second to first. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Allred pitched yesterday as well in relief. Closed out the game and a foul off. Allred pitched 1 1/3 innings. 37 total pitches thrown for 54%, which were for a strike. Big breaking ball. Hooks him and sends him down. And retired is Jackson Taylor. I think I said Jack Arevalo, meant Jackson Taylor there. Tig Doby up to the bat. 8-9-1 for Fremont. Here's the pitch from Allred. Inside, ball 1. Allred, by American Legion rules, would have been ineligible to pitch today as he threw 37 yesterday. But again, mention that we're not playing by American Legion rules. We're playing by Utah High School rules. High pop-up. Out to shallow center. 3 men trying to come in and grab. No one gets it. Drops between Seth Lloyd, Chris Perriman, and Jagger Mitchell for a single. It's the third event in as many innings that we've seen for Fremont where they've dropped one out into a Bermuda Triangle of trouble in the shallow outfield. Tig Doby goes to first. and then heads on back to the dugout to get his catcher's gear back on. That's another thing for pace of play in this tournament. You're allowed to pinch run freely for your pitchers and catchers, and they can come back into the game. Allred working against Mason Mehmet, lefty on lefty matchup, delivers ball 1. We had an incident yesterday where a player in the last inning for Canyon View was actually pinch hit for, and then he came back in. That player who was pinch hit for came back to catch the final inning. Now, from my understanding, that's not with the rules, and I don't know if you're talking forfeit and then Evanston wins that game, but you would have had to have appealed it at the time. And from what I understand, the Outlaws manager saw it, recognized it, but because they were within 3 minutes of the time limit being called at the end of an inning and they needed another inning to come back and try and score, they opted not to protest it, because if it took too long, then they may have been told, your 2-hour limit has been reached and the game is over. Allred on the mound. Gross gives the signal to pitch down low in ball 3. Man on first base, 1 out in the 3rd inning. Fremont, the road team in this game. And they traveled a fair distance to get here. Evanston, out of the pool, has the farthest distance traveled at 308 miles, and that's according to Google Maps. Strike called to make it 3-2. But not too much of a difference, if at all. Plain City, depending on where you sit, Google Maps puts it at 292 miles from here to Cedar City. So a discrepancy of about 10 miles, and you can say those two teams traveled just as far as each other. A walk given up on a full count to Mason Mehmet, runners on first and second base, and Braden Clark to the plate. Other teams in the pool for Evanston, Canyon View, of course, they traveled precisely as far as it took to get from the house to their home high school. This is Canyon View High School. North Sevier out of Salina, I believe I should say. Got to get my Utah pronunciations brushed back up. 129 miles northeast. So in all, you're looking at an average of about 200 miles traveled if you take out Canyon View, and 150 if you add them in with their 0.0000 miles traveled. Pools 1, 2, 3, and 4 have teams from all around the state of Utah. Evanston, the only Wyoming team in this tournament. Swing and a miss by Drake Grange with men on first and second. Counts at 1-1 with a single out. Pool 1 has teams from Cedar across the way from here. Ridgeline Blue up in, I believe, Davis County. Parowan about 16 miles from here, and Kearns up in the west side of the Salt Lake Valley. Allred off the stretch. Pitch is a called strike, upper quarter. Pool 3 has Davis, of course, of Davis County. Davis High School, I believe, the largest high school by enrollment in the state of Utah. Richfield is central Utah, a little bit off the interstate, at least off I-15. Ridgeline Green and Ridgeline Blue making up two teams from the same high school. And Milford, that's a team Ryan Steinekert calls the name out of every now and again. Pool 4 has Park City, and that's about 45 miles from Evanston, so they traveled just as far. You got Hurricane, not Hurricane, in Pool 4. Pop up towards second. Out to right, Casey Perriman pulls off it, as does Jagger Mitchell. Runners advance on to second and third with a single out, and we've got runners on all bases with one gone. Breeze picking up just a hair here in Canyon View High School, and that's a good thing because it's hot out. And we've had some stuff overheat. I just had one more thing tell me, hey, you got to cool the temperature down or we're going to shut down. Luckily, it's not the laptop. As we were saying, Pool 4 made up of Park City, Hurricane, another Cedar, the Cedar B team, and Maple Mountain. In all, 16 teams making up this three-day tournament. 0-1 count to Braden Clark, the number 3 hitter in the order. Allred delivers. Swing and a check, but it's a called strike anyways. Down to 0-2 with a single out. Bases loaded on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And a ball delivered. Just waiting for that sun to continue to climb and maybe get over the head of this shed directly behind us. Just a hair of shade would be a welcome addition to this broadcast. Breaking ball misses high for All Red. Count evens up at 2-2. Like I said, though, at least we're up at high altitude at about 5,800 feet. You go 48 miles south of here to St. George, and you drop about 3,000 feet of elevation. Throw down to first. It's the only play from the ground ball to second by Jagger Mitchell. So a run scores on the RBI putout. 4-3, 2 outs in the inning. But the score is 9-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Fremont has scored in all 3 innings, 3 in the first, 5 in the second for the Silver Wolves, and 1 now in the third. Brings up cleanup hitter Ryan Howell. Runners in scoring position on second and third base. The pitch from Allred. Out of the full windup, called strike. Arevalo on deck. He doubled and scored last inning. The pitch misses high. Allred trying to drop a breaking ball in there. Could have hung that curveball if it would have been a little lower. And a gentle breeze blowing out towards left field for the power hitter Howell. And the heat and the elevation, it may have been goodbye baseball. Out to shortstop on a ground ball. Good pick up by Seth Lloyd, and the throw to first. Thompson corrals it, and the 6-3 put out ends the inning. Not before one more run comes around to score, though, for Fremont. They lead 9-0 as we head to the bottom of the third inning next. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM on the radio and online with the video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
For over 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving.
There is no job too small or too big. You'll find what you need at the Lumberyard in Evanston. We carry over 25,000 products under one roof. If we don't have it, we can order everything you need to finish every project, large or small. The Lumberyard also delivers. Make sure you always check the Lumberyard first. Excellent prices, great customer service, and quality products. Now you can even shop online at thelumberyard.com. The Lumberyard, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Franklin. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
About half of the Fremont roster has already had 3 plate appearances. For the Evanston Outlaws, as we go to the bottom third of the inning, we have 7, 8, 9 due up in the order for the very first time. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6 have been retired in order. Gus Allred to the plate to lead things off, followed by Jordan Schneider and Chris Perriman in the 9 spot. Hancock back out for a second inning of work after Arevalo got the start. And then after 3 runs and then 5 more put up onto the board to an 8-0 lead, they said, hey, Arevalo, take the rest of the day off. We're going to the lefty Hancock. Arevalo does stay out into the field, and I believe it was just a 9-1, 1-9 switch. No, it was not, actually. I see number 16 or maybe 14. Out in right field. Either way, Arevalo stays into the game somewhere, wherever he may be, and maybe it's just out at left field. He did have an at-bat this past inning. Lefty-on-lefty matchup, Allred against Hancock. First pitch, outside corner, hit up high into left center, but it's a big loft on the shot and grabbed over the head just in time by Jackson Taylor. The ball had a lot of carry to it. It just continued to fly up into the air. And again, this is a deep field. This isn't like Stratton Myers in Green River, where you're looking at 305 to the corners and 310 to dead center. It's 326 and 336 to left and right field, respectively. It's an asymmetrical field, but I was out there at the the batting cages, which are directly straight out ahead at the batter's eye in center field. And it has a deep gap out in center, but the ball just is carried here, and if you get some air under it, it keeps flying. Jordan Schneider to the bat. He's tied up in the count 1-1. Pulls inside on one and fouls it out of play down the first base side. Schneider, a right-handed hitter against the lefty Hancock. The first 7 Outlaws have been retired in order. Schneider trying to change that. Pops it down to second. 3-hop ground ball, easy 4-3 put out. And the first 8 have been retired in order. Brings up Chris Perriman on this season. Chris has had overall 91 plate appearances, a .273 average. Not a bad showing for the since departed Evanston High School senior as of June. First pitch, sees it, lets it go, and it's a strike in the zone. Perriman slumping as of late after a hot streak the last 3 weeks of the year. 3 for his last 14 at bats. Stands at a .214 average. 1-1 count to Perriman, 2 outs, nobody on, and a 9-0 lead for Fremont over Evanston. A 10-run rule is in effect at 5 innings, a 2-hour time limit where no new inning can begin as well. We've seen both come into play in these first 2 games that have been played at Canyon View. Last night, as a ball's taken by Chris Perriman. Last night, Canyon View won after the 2-hour time limit. They held a 3-run lead, and Canyon View had an 11-run lead after 5 innings to win their second game at 10 a.m. this morning. In the zone, Perriman offers at it, fouls it back. Full count. The pitch from Hancock. And Perriman, the first batter for the Outlaws not to be retired. He works a full count walk. Runs to first base in quick fashion, flips the bat down to the dugout, brings up Ryan Fisher to the plate. Ryan Fisher, second on the team in batting average, .405 on the season through 126 at-bats, 38 singles, 10 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. Second on the team in RBIs to only Seth Lloyd, who stands at the lead with 44. Ryan Fisher has 35. Fisher, the leadoff man, second on the team in runs scored, 44, only bested by a single run by Reed Gross with 45. Hancock delivers on the first pitch, misses outside on a breaking ball. Doby drops down to keep the runner at first, Perriman from advancing. The Outlaws looking for a win today. In their first game, it's going to be a tough one, have to come back from behind. Still plenty of time to do so, though. In a term of time fashion, this game not even an hour old. But we are moving on to the top of the fourth after this, and Fremont has scored in every inning and is 1 run away from holding a 10-run advantage. Inside ball and a pass ball as it popped out of the glove of Doby. 2-1 count to Fisher. The number 1 seed from Pool 2 will take on the number 1 seed from Pool 4 tomorrow at 5 p.m. right here at Canyon View High School. The number 2 seed from this pool will take on the number 2 from Pool 3 at 5 p.m., that at Veterans Park in Cedar City. Pool 2, number 3 seed, takes on the third seed from Pool number 1, that at Canyon View High School right here again, but at 2:30 p.m. And if you are the bottom seed here in this pool, you take on the bottom seed from Pool 3 at 5 p.m. at Parowan City Field. Back-to-back walks given up by Hancock as Ryan Fisher takes his trot down 90 feet. And a time is called, may have a pitching change. A quick hook put on by the skipper Clark. And hold on there. It looked like he was signaling down to the outfield, but maybe giving Hancock a chance to appeal his case to stay into the game on the mound. Ball hasn't been taken out of his glove yet, and Garrett Clark retreats back to the dugout on the third base sign. Steps on the base path, I might mention, as in the process. And Hancock stays in. 2 outs, 2 on, and a 9-0 lead for Fremont. This their first game of the SummerSlam tournament. Runner at third base is Perriman, trying to steal from second to third. He's caught, picked off, and the inning is over. So we strand one with Gross. He'll be up to bat to start the 4th inning in the bottom half. But now he has to toss the bat back to the dugout and put the catcher's gear back on. 9-0 through 3 complete, top of the 4th. Up next on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM. 9-0 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy Board.
When you look good, it helps you to feel good. When you look good, it changes the way others see you and the way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers dry cleaning services. Shirts and slacks and dresses last longer when they are dry cleaned. The colors stay vibrant longer. You will feel your best when you know you look your best. And you will look your best when you have the professionals at Joe's Modern Cleaners dry clean your apparel. Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Zero on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. And Gus Allred comes back out for another inning of work. Had a quick call there that we had to take, so apologies for that brief mute, as it was in regards to the All-Star Games coming up next week, which MyLocalRadio.com will be broadcasting for a 4th consecutive season. The WCF All-Star Games live from the Sweet Erickson Center in Casper College, only on MyLocalRadio.com, Saturday, July 20th at 12 p.m. Pre-game coverage for all 3 games begins, leading up to a volleyball contest at 1 p.m., girls basketball at 3, and boys basketball capping off the evening at 5 p.m. At the bat for Fremont, Arevalo has been replaced out into the field, so that's Arevalo did bat, but then was replaced out in right field last inning, so that was that number 16 I saw, replaced by Jackson Bushell. Or Bouchel, Jackson Bouchel, I believe. Count is at 2-1. Those games, the WCF All-Star Games, will be, again, broadcast on MyLocalRadio.com. It's the best of the outgoing seniors from the state of Wyoming, pitting north versus south. Strike called against Bouchel. A couple of Evanston players on the team. For volleyball, Kaylee Critchfield and Ajahana Archuleta. Player in this game, Seth Lloyd, was invited a couple of times to join the South Bowies basketball team, but he opted to decline that because the day before, on July 19th, there's a doubleheader of the Jackson Giants versus the Evanston Outlaws in region play. A 4-3 put out on a ground ball from Jagger Mitchell to Brendan Thompson is the first out of the 4th inning. The Outlaws trying to get a clean sweep for a change in the fourth inning. They've allowed runs to go by in the first, second, and third, 3 in the first, 5 in the second, and 1 in the third. Back to the All-Star game. Seth Lloyd, invited by Coach Lori Ivy of the Green River Wolves, the South coach for the boys basketball game, said, come on and play with us, join the team, and he opted instead. He's got a baseball game and 2 baseball games that Friday at Ross Kesterson Field, pretty important ones. Conference games against Jackson, the final 2 conference games of the year, so he said, I'm going to have to decline. I'd love to play. I'd love to go up there and be part of the festivities, but I got a baseball game to go win. At the bat, it's Larkin for Fremont. He's reached in both of his plate appearances. First by a single, then by a walk, or a reach on air. Jackson Larkin at the bat and up in the count, 2-1. Coincidentally, another player playing in that game on July 19th in Ross Kesterson Field also declined an invitation to play on the All-Star games. Nate Fairbanks led 4A in rebounding this year at a 15 rebound per game clip. He was certainly an All-Star this year, averaging about 15 and 15 on the season, points and rebounds, but he's a baseball man himself and would like to get a couple of victories for the Jackson Giants in the final 2 conference games of the year for Evanston and them. That leading up to the Wednesday State tournament in Gillette, Wyoming. So a couple of guys who would have been great additions to the team had to decline and instead will be on the diamond. Foul ball out towards left field and out towards that Towles Hill. That takes a steep incline as soon as you get down in foul territory on the left field side. Jackson Larkin tied up on the count, 2-2 with 1 gone. No one on, and a 9-0 lead for Fremont over Evanston. The Outlaws will take on North Sevier following the completion of this contest. Gus Allred on the mound, likes the signal from Gross, delivers the pitch. Just outside and taken by Larkin. It's a full count. Full count delivery from Allred. Fastball swung on, fouled off. I'll be heading up this coming Wednesday to Casper, Wyoming. That's when the players get there for the All-Star games. Start collecting interviews and all that good stuff. It's a great tradition. We've started at mylocalradio.com, joining those teams, following them. Hit hard out to left field by Larkin. Going, and over the fence. No, right at the fence. Just a hair shy of a home run. It looked like it popped over the top, but then it bounced back and into the glove of Ryan Fisher, so a hair shy of a home run. It's a double instead for Larkin, and it's 9-0 with 1 gone. Almost surprised to see that ball not get out. Ball carries here in Cedar City. When you're looking at major league cities that have minor league affiliates, a place like Cedar City would be a nightmare for a major league team because they're always trying to get the fairest place to evaluate their talent. Here's the pitch, outside and a ball. Carter Smith, the DH, at the bat. It's a team out in Colorado Springs. I believe it's a short season rookie, or maybe it's a AAA. It might be one. It's one of those two. It's either the highest or the lowest of minor league baseball. The pitch, hit opposite field. Out to right center, a diving play made for the catch, and it's out number 2. What a play made out by Casey Perriman, laying out the body and sacrificing for the out. That would have scored a run surely. Instead, runner holds back, has to tap back to second base, and the 9-run differential continues. Jackson Taylor to the bat. Taylor struck out to Allred in the 3rd inning to start off the 3rd inning. Struck out looking. Here's the pitch. Out to center field. Perriman settles, moving to his right, and the inning is over. 9-0. The Outlaws finally hold Fremont scoreless in the 4th inning. On to the bottom half next. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Fremont leads Evanston 9-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board, brought to you by Justin Dennis.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
What meets the eye, defeat me mentally. I like to see you try. Back on backpack flows and pack shows in the back rows with black fist picks.
Cedar City, Utah, the site of our scene today at Canyon View High School. Beautiful mountain views off in the distance from left to right field. Some clouds floating through the air and a sun beating down above us. Here at altitude, the Outlaws trail 9-0 to Fremont out of Plains City, Utah, as we go on to the bottom of the 4th inning. Up for the Outlaws, 3, 4, 5 in the order. Jagger Mitchell, Seth Lloyd, and Casey Perriman. Jagger Mitchell grounded out to short his first time up. Seth Lloyd, fly out to center. And Casey Perriman, a pop out to short. No hits for the Outlaws today. 2 walks given up by Hancock last inning. Hancock comes out for a 3rd inning of work. Oh, and excuse me, Reed Gross was at bat, so it's 2-3-4. It's Reed Gross, Jagger Mitchell, and Seth Lloyd. Reed Gross was left stranded at the bat to end the 3rd inning with Chris Perriman trying to steal 3rd. So that's my mistake. Did not log an official at bat that time, and he was frustrated going back to the dugout that he didn't get to take it off his shoulders. First pitch, a ball, 1-0 count. Hancock working quickly. The second delivery is in the zone. Gross takes it, pushes it out to left field. Whoa, a diving catch made in left. What a play for the first out. Tumbling end over end, Jackson Taylor with the play. He had to go across his body, flip the glove out away from himself, and then did a somersault trying to get the hair back into the net and his hat on after 2 pitches and 1 out given up in the bottom of the 4th. Jagger Mitchell to the plate, 2-3-4. 2 being retired. Mitchell, the number 3 hitter. Talk about the hot day today. You know, when you look around for a broadcasting job and you get interviewed, they'll ask you, what's your experience? How do you feel about working under tight deadlines, traveling long distances, all that stuff? Second pitch from Hancock, up high, and it's 2-0. One thing they don't ask you, or at least I've never been known anyone to be asked, how do you feel about wearing earmuffs in 90-degree weather in July? Strike called against Mitchell. It's 2-1. Wearing these headphones with the sun on top in southern Utah. Not the pleasant experience I was told about. Mitchell gets a hold of one to right center, rolls down to the wall. He's on his way to second, holds up there, then picks it back up and goes on to third base in standing with a triple and an out. Seth Lloyd to the plate in an RBI situation. The no-hitter combined has been broken up against Fremont and the Outlaws. Jagger Mitchell with a ball over the head. (9-0), 1 gone, and Seth Lloyd to the plate. It was Jackson Bushell running out to try and grab that ball. Seth Lloyd takes strike one, lefty on lefty. Lloyd comes into the day hitting .600 in his last 21 at-bats. Takes a ball, goes behind his back and all the way to the backstop. Jagger Mitchell comes home, taps the plate, and it's 9-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Bases are emptied. No longer an RBI situation for Seth Lloyd, but it's an active day with the ball today. And there's no breeze blowing away or blowing into his face. Appeal down to first base, and Lloyd held up. Counts at 2-0. A kid with 4 home runs on the season. See if he can take one long. This would be the park to do it. High pitch, offered at, swing and a miss. 2-2. Lloyd awaiting the 2-2 offering from Hancock. Full windup. Here it is. Breaking ball. Dropped into right field for a single. Not trying to do too much with that ball. It was a looping breaking ball that fell into the dead red middle of the zone. Lloyd let the ball do the work and create the velocity off the pitch itself. Didn't try to take more than what he had to, and it's a single with one gone. Brings up the right-handed Casey Perriman, and right-handed when we're talking about the batter's box. Not the glove, Perriman, a lefty in the field. First pitch in the zone, fastball taken, first strike one. Hancock into his third inning of work after coming in to relieve Arevalo after he was taken out with just 1 inning and 7 pitches thrown with an 8-0 lead. My guess was they wanted to get a win in game 1, so they put their ace out there again, and it's just my guess. If we have some people listening in from Fremont, I'm going to say maybe he's the 1 or the 2 pitcher, and then when they got the lead like that, said let's hold them and we can play him the next game. Fouled off play down the first base dugout. Perriman down in the count 0-2. One gone in the inning. Outlaws trying to create a rally. Seth Lloyd standing on first base with an 0-2 count to Casey Perriman. The pitch from Hancock. Drops out of the zone and down to the plate. 1-2. Not sure we'll be able to get too many results from the other pools, but I'm doing my best to keep up with all the scores, or at least the results of the games in Pool 2, which is Evanston's. Chop foul ball by Perriman. Count stays 1-2. Because seeding will determine where and when the Outlaws play and for what they play in tomorrow's day 3 of the tournament. Yesterday was an abbreviated day. 3 games in all, 3:30, 6 o'clock, and the Evanston's Outlaws played here against Canyon View at 5:30 p.m. Lost that game 9-6. In a game where they out-hit Canyon View, doubled them up. 14 hits for the Outlaws, 7 for the Falcons of Canyon View. Hancock in the set position. Good lead at first by Lloyd. The pitch home. Breaking ball, and again looped foul. One hop into the hands of manager Jason Lloyd. Kind of corralled that one with his wrists more than his hands, really. Popped up on him a little high. But he stopped it nonetheless and probably could have made a throw down to first for the out. The pitch from Hancock again. Battling as Perriman takes ball 2. Mercifully, the Clouds aren't threatening, at least as of yet. Breaking ball high, and we have a full count for Perriman. But they've become just numerous enough to temporarily cloud out the sun. It's a 3-2 count. As we see the temperatures take a noticeable, feels like 5 to 10 degree drop just like that. Swing and a miss, Perriman down on the count, and it's 2 outs. Brendan Thompson to the plate, number 6 in the order. Seth Lloyd hoping not to be left stranded. Outlaws have stranded 2 in this game. Stranded 11 yesterday. Thompson takes ball 1. So you talk about the 14 hits that the Outlaws got to just 7 for Canyon View. Well, the 2 differences in that game was 1, Evanston's pitchers gave up 8 walks and 2 hit batsmen to Canyon View's 4. And the Outlaws stranded 11 runners to Canyon View's 7. High foul ball. Hits the top of that backstop and makes it an out of play. 1-1 count. Fremont, a solid team, playing their first game of this tournament. They have another one today against Canyon View at 5 to 5:30 p.m. and then play North Sevier tomorrow at Veterans Park. Or excuse me, I believe they actually play that at Parowan City Field. North Sevier is 0-1 in their pool play, where Evanston stands as well. Canyon View already 2-0. Breaking ball for a strike, 2-2 with 2 gone. Lloyd taking small leads and then a little bit larger as the pitch comes closer to going home at first base. Takes that extra step and heads off for second base. The ball's fouled off by Thompson, and try it again. Classic hit and run situation there with 2 strikes. And Lloyd thinking if Thompson can get a gapper, then it's an easy score going first to home if you get an early lead. 2s all the way around, 2 outs, 2 strikes, 2 balls. The pitch from Hancock, breaking ball. And Thompson fouls it. Hancock giving a slow walk back to the pitcher's mound. Has a ball in hand. Home plate umpire running low and grabbing a few from the third base dugout in that break. Back into the set position, Hancock pitches. No run from Lloyd this time. Punched out look, and the inning's over. Thompson set down, and the Outlaws get their first runner around, but that's it. 9-1 as we head to the top of the 5th inning next. This is the First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball live on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
For over 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we are able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses in all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Please call us today and let's see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Welcome back to Canyon View High School, where Fremont is up on top of Evanston 9-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Coming up to the plate, the catcher and number 9 hitter in the order for the Silver Wolves, Doby. Tig Doby. Right-handed hitter wears number 29. Left-handed pitcher Allred delivers the first ball. Down to short. Seth Lloyd tried to approach it at an angle and shoot it off his glove for an error. Dobie reaches safely, and the lineup turns over to Mamet. Mason Mamet's had a good day at the leadoff spot so far. This is his 4th plate appearance. He's 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, and a run scored. Two runs mean a 10-run advantage, and the Outlaws would be down to their final 3 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Second game of this doubleheader scheduled for 3 o'clock. Right now we are an hour and 15 minutes away from that, potentially starting. Little single just beyond the glove of second baseman Jagger Mitchell puts runners on second and first. Puts up the number 2 man, Drake Grange. Grange, his 4th plate appearance as well. He's reached all 3 times, 2 singles and a hit batsman. The 4th inning was the only one that Fremont did not score in. 3 in the first, 5 in the second, 1 in the third. The Outlaws were the team to score in the 4th with their lone run. First pitch, a fastball low. North Sevier getting blown out 15-4 by Canyon View. They're Evanston's next opponent. The pitch from Allred. And a foul tip. Count at 0-1. So the difference, if the outcome in this contest stays as is, it would put Evanston to 0-2 and mean that they would need a victory over North Sevier. Otherwise, they would be guaranteed tomorrow's 5 p.m. game in the 4th seed contest. Pool 2 versus Pool 3 at 5 p.m. at Parowan City Field. Gapper out to left center. Perriman makes the catch, covered a lot of ground, and actually was shaded a little bit towards his left, or towards his right, our left, with the righty up at the bat. So the first out is delivered. Runners stay at first and second. If Evanston wins, if Evanston were to lose this game and then wins the next one, that would put them potentially in a 3rd-seeded match at 2:30 right here at Canyon View tomorrow. Now they'd need to pull off a mighty comeback here to have any chance of playing in tomorrow's semifinal game, and even that one, I'm not sure about the tiebreakers. That one would be a little hairy to get into. Fremont looking like a solid team, though, all the way around. I'll be interested to see how that matchup between them and Canyon View goes at 5:30 p.m. tonight. The pitch. Out to short. And a 6-4 turn. Not in time to get the double, that 3. But a fielder's choice. And there's runners on the corners and 2 outs. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Howell. Howell is 1 for 3 in the game. A run scored on a double. Lefty on righty. The pitch from Allred. Low for a ball. Canyon View with 2 wins already. A win against Fremont tonight would guarantee them in the 1 seed. Double steal not attempted, surprisingly, as the runner takes off from first to second. Gross makes a quick snap throw down. The runner's safe. But almost always you see the runner at third do a delayed steal at the Legion or high school level. Not this time, though. Fremont not risking it. 2-0 count. Up the middle. It's in and past the glove of Mitchell, just into shallow center field. 1 run scores. The second one to play at the plate. The tag was just missed on the swipe by Reed Gross. Both runners scored, and it's 11-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Timeout called as Howell, with his second double of the day, needs to take off the gloves and the little wrist guard and head back to second base. A 2 RBI double puts the 10-run advantage in place for Fremont in the top of the 5th inning. Gross got the catch in time, but it was a little bit off the center of where he would want it, and so he had to go back behind his body and try to apply the tag That to Clark. But Braden Clark was able to sweep in and touch the home plate just before. And actually, I think even just out of the reach of Gross. I think he missed on a swipe attempt. 11-1 the score. Jackson Bushell at bat. Knocks it out to right field. A single. He'll try to stretch it into a double. On his horse, sliding feet first. He's safe, and Howell scores from second. 12-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, and an 11-run advantage. Can't say the Outlaws have given up too many opportunities offensively today. It's been quick work for them at the plate today. Stranded a couple, but have not really had the sticks working like they did yesterday, where really yesterday you say it came down to a difference in walks and men left stranded. Too many walks for the Outlaws pitchers and too many men left stranded for the Outlaws batters. High pitch from Allred, and he's frustrated with his release point right now, and he can't get that ball to break like he wants it to. Not sure it's the problem, but it's another issue as we talk about the ball carrying at altitude. You also, in that thinner air, have a tougher time getting your breaking balls to move as much as you'd like. But I don't think that'd be the problem for Allred because he lives at 6,800 feet, which is about 1,000 above of where Cedar's at. Here's the pitch. Up high. And ball 3. The delivery on 3-0, he misses with an open base. And a walk given up to Jackson Larkin. Brings up Carter Smith, the DH. On the day for Smith. It's his 4th plate appearance, but still looking to get on base. He struck out and has flown out the other 3 times. 2 times, rather. Fly out to center and to right. Scores 12-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 2 are gone. Runners on first and second. The pitch from Allred, fastball. Fouled up and out. Gross takes a ball from the home plate umpire, tosses it back to Allred. Gus not getting the start today. It was Jagger Mitchell who lasted a couple. Gave up 8 runs, not all of them earned. There was some errors in that second inning that exaggerated the total for Fremont. Fastball misses outside. Allred pitched 37 throws yesterday. Comes in relief today as well. Have a 2-day total up in probably close to 100 or more. It's the pitch. And there's 2 strikes with the foul ball. "37 pitches yesterday, like we said, from Allred, and 59 today. So his total creeping up in less than 24 hours at that 100 mark. The delivery, out right center field. Perriman, that being Casey, the right fielder, closing the gap and the inning ends. However, Evanston needs to score 2 to keep this game from being over. In the bottom of the 5th, 12-1 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Outlaws to bat when we return. This is a First Bank presentation of Evanston Baseball on K9 Radio.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Bedroom on a poster. I bet she know what's up when I approach her. Boyfriend came in last place. We up in the sky like a vulture.
12-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. A baseball racing right back towards the camera. That's why they have chain link backstops here. It's just for us to keep those cameras safe. And a new pitcher on the mound for Fremont. Looks like number 30. And see if I've got a 30. I was told it's a couple of pitchers who I won't see today. Who's 30? Gage Moss. Thank you very much. And I have him on my roster sheet, but he was listed as one of those guys that was not going to pitch today, but I can understand why he's getting a look because, well, it's been a different sort of game. It's 12-1. The first pitcher we saw went just 7 throws because he exited with an 8-run advantage. Hancock went the next 4 innings, and now Gage Moss looking to shut the door. Clearly not a safe situation, but 3 outs and less than 2 runs allowed, and you'll get a win for Fremont, and they'll move to 1-0 in tournament play. Left-handed pitcher is Moss against the left-handed hitting Allred. Allred just a few pitches shy of 100. And after that last inning was ended, he had 62. So make that not a few, make it 1 pitch. 99 pitches thrown between about 6:30 last night, and right now we're at just a minute before 2 o'clock today. So put that at about 20 hours and 100 pitches thrown. Different rules in this tournament than what we see in Legion baseball, which is a little more strict about days off. I think it's an inning-based situation that they go with, and it depends on the tournament, whether it's Rocky Mountain School of Baseball or high school rules or whatever it is. Weak dribbler down to shortstop, and a 6-3 putout is the first out. Brings up Jordan Schneider as 7, 8, 9 due up for the Evanston Outlaws. 7 retired. Here comes number 8, Jordan Schneider. Schneider's 0 for 1, and Chris Perriman was the first batter to become a base runner for the Evanston Outlaws back in the 3rd inning when he drew a full count walk. Swing and a miss by Schneider. Following this game, I'm sure we'll have a remaking of the batter's box. We'll hose down the field in these hot temperatures and go through the full pregame. But I would be surprised if this game does end after this inning. I would be surprised if we wait until 3 p.m. to begin the game, but we'll have to wait and see. North Sevier, I don't see him here right now, but no, there they are right over there to the right of me, so they are here and ready to go. Maybe 2:30, maybe 2:45, depending on when this game would end. Schneider hits it to first base. Howell picks it up, steps on the bag. 2 are gone. Final out is Chris Perriman as he steps up, trying to continue the game. Left-handed pitcher against the right-handed Perriman. Perriman drew a walk in his only at-bat today. Breaking ball, cuts in, finds the outside edge of the zone, and it's a strike. 0-1 count to Perriman. Second pitch, offered at, and a strike. 0-2. Perriman with that full count walk. Evanston's had 1, 2, 3 base runners all day long. Make it 4 base runners all day long. 2 walks, a triple, and a single. The pitch, breaking ball again, gets a piece of it. Out down the first base line, Howell chasing it to the wall and out of play. Moss back onto the mound. Looking straight down to the barrel to his catcher, Doby. Into the set position. Out of the wind, the swing and miss. The game has ended. A foul tip into the glove of Doby, and the Outlaws lose 12-1. The final on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. This has been a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball. Come back as we wrap up this game, looking down the stats and getting you ready for North Sevier versus Evanston coming up within the hour. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Superior Rental is Evanston's only full-service rental equipment store. We have...
Welcome back. As we just lost power there. Well, we had a problem with overheating in the beginning of the game. That forced me to move our internet source to a lower ground and keep it in the shade. That drained the battery as it was not able to charge, and just now we lost power. So thanks to Preston Bush back in the studio, letting me know. So we've got it back up on top and charging now as cloud cover has mercifully covered the air. And we may have a little bit cooler temperatures, at least for the moment, as we get ready for our second game. So Evanston loses to Fremont 12-1, the final on the Impact Physical Therapy board, out hit by Fremont 13-2. Evanston also had 3 errors in the contest. Winning pitcher came from the Silver Wolves style, and it was Hancock. 3 innings thrown, 52 total pitches, gave up just 2 hits, 1 run that was earned, 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Arevalo put 7 pitches and 1 inning of work in before being taken out as the starter, and Moss shut the door. 11 pitches, 1 inning thrown, 1 strikeout, and a 73% strike percentage. Jagger Mitchell got the start and is saddled with the loss. 7 hits given up, 8 runs, 6 of them earned, struck out 1, walked 1, 57 pitches, 54% strikes. Gus Allred pitched the final 3 innings, 62 pitches and 99 throws in all in the last 20 hours for Allred. 58% strikes, gave up 6 hits, 6 runs, just 1 of which was earned, struck out 1 and walked 2. On the offensive side, not much to write home about, but the Outlaws got a hit by Jagger Mitchell. He scored a run after getting that triple. Seth Lloyd was the one to drive him around to score. Came around on the hit that he got in 2 at-bats, and that was it for hits. 1 walk by Chris Perriman and 1 walk by Ryan Fisher. Chris Perriman, Brendan Thompson, and Casey Perriman all struck out. Perriman, that being Chris, struck out to end the game. Nobody struck out just about for Fremont. 1 by Taylor and 1 by Smith was all. And they got 10 RBIs off their 13 hits, 12 runs scored in all. 2 hits by Mehmet, 2 hits by Grange, 1 from Clark, 2 from Howell, including that big double. He's the player of the game in this contest, driving in 4 in all out of the cleanup spot. Arevalo had 2 at-bats, had a run scored on a hit, as Bushell came in to replace him, went 1 for 2 in the 5 spot. Larkin went 2 for 3, 0 for 4 from Smith, 1 for 3 from Taylor, and Doby in the catcher's position, batting number 9, went 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. That'll do it for us, as we'll take one last break on the stats and then come back to look ahead to this contest in the next hour, whenever that may be. It's scheduled for 3 p.m., but probably going to take place a little sooner than that. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come on in, Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come on in, Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Burn out weather the storm, but it's raining cats and dogs. While they playing on their phone when I'm playing them a song. Oh no.
12-1 the final on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Fremont defeats Evanston by 11 runs in 5 innings. Looking at Pool 2, Canyon View defeated Evanston 9-6 in the lone game here at Canyon View High School yesterday. And Canyon View went to 2-0 with a 15-4 win over North Sevier. Evanston drops 12-1 to Fremont, and the next 2 games to be played will just about determine where we will be seeing our number 1 team come out of, you would suspect. 3 o'clock, Evanston versus North Sevier is the scheduled time. We may get going a little bit sooner than that. I'll keep Preston in the studio. I'll keep you up to date on what the newest news is on that, but probably expect to go live here in the next 20 to 35 minutes would be my suspecting. 5:30, I think that's the game where we will see who's number 1. Canyon View is 2-0 against Fremont, 1-0 and looking very strong after a 12-1 victory over the Evanston Outlaws. That's the final game of the day here at Canyon View High School. So right now the Falcons of Canyon View 2-0, the Evanston Outlaws 0-2, North Sevier and Fremont. North Sevier 0-1, Fremont 1-0. We'll be back with Evanston versus North Sevier in the next half hour or so right here on mylocalradio.com, a new stream. So take a look and grab that one. Go back to the homepage, pick that one up. We'll be starting that one shortly on the radio. Stay right on the dial, 99.1 FM KNYN, the Big Dog in Country. I'm Jake Hibbard. See you soon live from Cedar City.
Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on mylocalradio.com. Go online to check out more live and archived action from Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. This has been a wholly owned production of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of this stream may be used or rebroadcast without the expressed written consent of the aforementioned rights holder. We thank all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible, and mostly, we thank you for tuning in.